Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm Dr. Teresa Phillips, founder and CEO, president, whatever you want to call it, of Destiny Arising. This is an empowerment movement for women in all seven cultural spheres of influence. It's our passion to see you dream, fulfill your dreams, and our job is to come alongside you and give you nuggets of wisdom and truth to help you access what you know you can do. And we encourage you to go to destinyarising.net and subscribe to us so that you can find out more about us, because our goal is literally to help you get into those seven cultural spheres of influence and be the best that you can be and successful, because we know that those mountains belong to us women as well as the men. And today we have with us a little nugget of who's going to be with us on the broadcast on May 11th at 6 p.m. Dr. Cheryl Ann Needham. Not only is she a friend, but she's a prophetic friend. And she has some great things she wants to show you today. So, Dr. Cheryl Ann, welcome to Destiny Arising. And I'm just going to hand that right over to you and ask God to bless you in what you're sharing today.
Hi, Dr. Teresa. Thanks. Hey, everybody. We're going to really try to be just really short and succinct to the point today, because we want to give you a precursor of what you're going to get on May 11th at 6 p.m. Let me just tell you what I've been doing. Since 2008, I've been serving as a prophetic consultant and coach to leaders across all seven spheres of influence. That means I've worked with a movie producer who produced a film for the entertainment sector, a film that was designed for those living in darkness to provide them hope. I've worked with an individual called to governance, and as a result, he was called to the government mountain, the education mountain, as well as the church nonprofit mountain. I've worked with someone called to the family mountain, a serial entrepreneur who used his business to support crusades in India, South America, and Africa. I've worked with those in the education sector. Right now, someone who's working with multiple universities actually to take university and inventions, and bring them to the market. So I've got a lot of experience with people actually getting results and seeing their vision accomplished because we targeted the milestones that they had ahead of them. And milestones is simply the way you break up any goal. If you've got to clean your house, you're going to break it into components because it's too overwhelming at first. So I want to encourage you, no matter which mountain you're called to, I can assure you that I've had experience advising leaders in those areas. So know that, and please come to that event. Now, the other thing I want to talk with you about is the prophetic. Now, I call myself a prophetic consultant, a prophetic coach. What is that? When you think of it, prophecy is a one-way communication, right? If someone comes to your church and they prophesy over different people, it's awesome. It's amazing. Whoa, they just heard from God on my behalf. And we're all excited, and that's just great. But the question comes up later, well, what do I do with this prophecy?
Yeah.
And often it's very grand, very big, very general. But how do I walk this out? And this is the sad truth. There are so many people with callings, dreams, visions, purpose, whatever brand you want to name it, but they don't know what steps to take because this prophetic, this lofty view hasn't been broken down into practical next steps.
Mm-hmm.
So when my clients email me and say, hey, this is a true story. We've got 6 companies we're considering aligning with, one of which is Intel. We've been praying, we're not getting clarity. What do you get? Guess what? Holy Spirit knows the answer. And out comes paragraphs with word of wisdom and word of knowledge about each of those companies and what to expect. And they looked at that and they made a decision. That's what I mean by practical intel. We've got to get away from so much high and lofty and bring it down to what you need to do. Because if you're not doing anything, you're not stewarding what God has called you. And that's what I've done. That's what I've done successfully. I have quantifiable results with my clients. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So you'll have a framework from this training of how to move forward and advance in what you're doing. Dr. Teresa.
Thank you so much for that, because that's great. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a tiny testimony. So I'm going to last a minute about what Cheryl Ann just did for me last week. I had received an email from someone who said, I'm interested in your company. I want to buy out your company. I'm gonna blah, 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 all sorts of stuff. Immediately, Cheryl Ann picked up in the spirit that what they want to do is take my products off the market. Immediately, she said, don't go with this. Uh, and then I went and did some research with that company, Cheryl Ann, and that's exactly what they were going to do. And I just want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss this broadcast. There's going to be time for questions and answers about all 7 cultural spheres of influence: business, family, media, arts and entertainment, government, education, the faith mountain. All of these 7 cultural spheres of influence are for you, and we want to help you succeed in them. So go to destinyarising.net and register for the broadcast. The link will be on the front page. Register for the broadcast and don't miss this May 11th at 6 p.m. Dr. Cheryl Ann, I'm so glad that you came on to do this nugget with us. God bless you, and we will see you on the 11th. Bye.
Sounds good. Bye, everybody.